up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I want to revisit a topic that I know that I've covered before, and I think I've covered it pretty recently. But I want to kind of revisit this in this climate and possibly, remix it a little bit, uh, so we can probably so it can be drilled in a little deeper for those of us as we move forward, so we can be careful not to make this mistake and fall into this trap. Um, a lot of times over the years, really throughout our life, but in more recent years, especially with the advent of social media and things of that nature, we see situations where people get jammed up. Famous people get jammed up, politicians, whoever, athletes, all kind of stuff happen. People get jammed up, and whether it was them jamming themselves up or whether it was the so-called powers that be targeting them and going after them, and then subsequently putting out uh, slander campaigns and information through media or whatever, we got to be real careful on how we speak on those situations. We got to be real careful on how we speak about the people who are involved in those situations, the people who are caught up in the scandals or in the situation. Um, it's never good to rejoice and celebrate the downfall of other people. And I know sometimes people say, well, man, man, this person, it was an evil dude. It was an evil woman. They got what they had coming. They deserved it. And whatever they get is what they get. And if you look at the body of work, and if the body of work and the evidence proves to be um, accurate, then you can look at the body of work and say, yeah, that was some pretty um, dirty stuff. But at the end of the day, you can still have your assessment on your view of it. But you got to be very wise about going on campaigns. Some people go on full blown campaigns to try to, to throw fuel on the fire, throw bricks in the fire, if you will, to keep it going, and to be overly judgmental, almost to the point of being self-righteous. And that's where you got to be careful, because even though most people would not participate in some of the things that we may see other people getting caught up in and being accused of participating in, like, man, I would never do that. No, I would never do it. I would never. That could be true about you. You would never do that, but it's still not a wise thing to just go running off at the mouth about somebody who did do it. Do you gotta like it? Do you gotta accept it? Do you gotta condone it? Do you gotta justify it? No. But everybody has family members. Everybody has friends, and you yourself may have a few skeletons in your closet that you wouldn't want somebody to open up and and let the bones fall out. So you have to always be mindful of that. I don't want to say the wrong word, but yeah, you got to be mindful of how you handle other people's downfalls. And sometimes it's not based around a lot of things like what we see in the media right now. Sometimes it could just be everyday life stuff, like a person who was really doing good was on top. They lost their job. And they end up having to lose their house, and they had to downsize, and now they struggling, and now and the person might not have been a good person. The person might have been real funny acting when they was on top, and sometimes that makes us go, ha ha ha, yeah, how you feeling now? Look at you now, because if a person has mistreated us or done us bad, then that's the thought process. We like, yeah, we like to use the word karma a lot. Yeah, he got his karma. She got her karma. That's see how you treat people, and and yeah, that's a legit principle. Yeah, you have to treat people the way you want to be treated, and when you're on top or when you're doing well, the last thing you should do is try to look down or talk down on people who may not be doing as well as you. But if that comes to pass and somebody falls off like that, they already are receiving their punishment. They already are receiving their the retribution of the world, if you will. And so it don't do us no good to try to pile on to that. It don't do us no good to try to add to that, because what will our words do in the grand scheme? What will our words do that what impact will they have that mainstream media doesn't already have? And if it's a regular person, um, what impact will your words have when you know other people that know this person who had the downfall are already talking bad about him? So it don't do me no good to pile on and throw my little 2 cents in there, because the truth of the matter is things like that, it can happen to anybody, and none of us are beyond or above the possibility of falling off. Things happen out of left field. You just don't know. Things out of your control. You have no clue what could happen to you or your family or your situation tomorrow that could cause you to cause your finances to become depleted or slowly drained or wiped out totally. You just don't know. So um, you can look at the situation. You can look at a person's situation. You can kind of assess it. You can even have your opinion of it. But when you reach a point where you start to make mockery and ridicule a person's condition or a person's situation, matters how evil that they was. Now, speaking on it in terms of like, hey man, sometimes you speak out against injustice. You got a crooked politician or something like that. That's different from slander and mockery and ridicule. That's a different kind of conversation, and even that has to be in a context that doesn't constitute what the topic of this video is. So y'all be careful with that, man. We love to put other people's business on Front Street, and we like to talk about people as if we are the best people in the world. Now you may not be on that level, but you got some stuff too. We all do. So keep that in mind as we move forward, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. I'm going to catch y'all with another one real soon. Peace.